Okay, good. Okay. And then I was actually hanging out at a health food store in Southern Illinois, right across the river from St. Louis. And a mutual friend got me introduced into Keylonic science, actually into the Voyager's material. We would sit in this, it was a mom and poppy type shop without the mom part. And we'd just sit and chat about all kinds of crazy stuff. And then this one friend was like, you really need to read her book. She really gets into everything. And Lon and I were like, oh, David, whatever. And then finally, he let us borrow the Voyager first edition, 1 and 2. Volume first edition. And I painstakingly read through it. And I'm reading, I'm like, wow. Oh, and he'd also given me a copy of a recording of an interview she did about the Voyager's book called, I think, Dark to Light or something like that. And I remember her talking just in general about material, and I was like, wait a minute. I always kind of thought this, but nobody else did. I knew I wasn't from here, and all that kind of stuff. And so I was like, okay, David, I'll read your book. So I read it, and I was like, okay, yeah, bing, 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 bing. But this was the first edition, second edition after 9/11. And I kept feeling the whole time, I'm like, there's a lot of truth here, but there's more things that happened that were not so good. I just knew there was more stuff that happened. And so then I eventually read the 2 years later, read the second edition. I was like, yep, this feels more right, but there's still some more stuff missing. I don't know what it is, but there's more stuff missing. And of course, since the Voyager's books came out, we've learned quite a bit of some of the things that we're missing. But yes, I really, I'm very grateful for Aisha and all the Indigo Shield that I don't think always gets enough credit for the fact that, I know for me with the work that I do with my connection with working with my clan family, my guardians, that it's really a group effort. It's really, I get sparked by the people in my classes and stuff of what they say, and then that inspires me, and then all kinds of stuff comes through, as well as just, I study other material as well. I initially was like a lot of chaosers. All I did was the Keylonic science for a lot of years, and then in the last probably 3 to 4 years, I decided to kind of expand out and started to incorporate the Seth material. And that was like, oh, okay. And then I had remembered that Aisha had said she kind of cut her teeth on the Seth material in the beginning, and it really prepared her to bring in what she brought in through the Keylonic science. And then I really studied Seth for a while. And then now I'm incorporating, and of course, Abraham Hicks, although a lot of people poo-poo on Abraham Hicks, but let me tell you, they say a lot of the same stuff. And then, especially in understanding how we create our reality, they really get into the mechanics of that a lot in their own way, simple way. And then I've recently been guided to incorporate, interestingly enough, Rudolf Steiner's work, which has been fascinating and has been kind of putting a lot of filler information in areas that Aisha talked about, but I still thought there was just more pieces that needed to be put in place. And so I've just been finding my way, my connection, my journey myself, and connecting with who I am and understanding that. And especially when the 2011-2012 situation occurred, let me tell you, I got my ass handed to me on that one. I really learned a lot, and what worked, what didn't work, who was who, what was what. and grew a lot and really developed a very deep, loving relationship with with the Alhambra, which are basically plasma crystal light beings, really, from the kind of we're located, and realize when I'm talking right now, I'm talking to whoever's going to be listening later. So I'm going to probably regurgitate a lot of stuff, Mary. And Sabina, because I'm hoping people will, join in, but we'll see. They may not have gotten the association with the link that I sent them through their messaging versus this group, because I didn't make that clear for the morning. So anyway, we're located in the light body outer realm of creation. And we go in more deeper levels. We connect into the middle domains or the hub gates of creation. And then we go deep within our core of our being. Okay. And that's what I really work with, is connecting into that, our eternal internal core of our being. I'm rooted in the root chakra, connecting into the earth plane. Earth plane connects to a lot of its own, and it's alive. And that interplay of our personal planetary multigenic field and the mass planetary multigenic field, how they interplay together and create and dance together and work together. And the beings, when we start connecting into, okay, who's the beings that created the light body structure? Who are the beings that created the middle domains? Who are the beings involved with the core? And so that's recently Aisha has gotten involved with what she calls the KDDL material, which is getting more into the core domains, which is really getting into the heart of who we really are. And so I've been very much working with that and utilizing some of the sliders material that she brought through in. Hey, there she is. Hey, Alexandra, welcome. I got sidetracked. So anyway, bringing in the parts of because we are multidimensional. So we have domains or realms within our morphogenic template or Christic template, dimensional domains. So we have a connection into our different worlds within our own bodies, really. And so we're really connecting more into that core, into those parts of ourselves that created all the light body, all the middle domains, the core, and we're really with what's called the failsafe, recreating our world together, creating the earth. And that's where we get a lot of people picking up on New Earth, is understanding that mechanics and of really who we are, developing that. A lot of people go, oh, I'm connecting into the 5D, which is true. Got to be careful with that, because there's a lot of things that have happened within our current time matrix and beyond that has compromised it, shut it down, and distorted it a bit. Because as eternal beings, we never get it wrong, because we never get it done. So it's a blink of an eye, this time matrix for us. But we have gone down a lot of rabbit holes, and I'm kind of stuck in some of those rabbit holes. And we're really wanting to bring back into the core of our eternal being all that knowledge that we've gained through going down all those different rabbit holes. This cycle is different than a lot of past cycles. So we're really wanting to bring that knowledge in. That's part of this fail-safe program. It's part of reconnecting with those beings of ourselves that created the whole system, so that we can create again and evolve again, all that information together. But I call it the bypass system. Geisha has a different name, and I'm spacing on what she calls it. Anyway, something reconnection. So with the KDDO information. So so when we work with the sliders material and what I call the pod space, but she calls it the Shiahonic salon, it's part of our what I call she calls what the guardians call the plasma body, which is another way of saying the body. And that plasma energy, the sun energy, the sun is created from the plasmas, really going deeper into the plasmatics of how we create. And so I really bring in connecting with that and connect information with the Nitah field that she's been bringing in as well with that information, and the beings connected to that realm, and the Urea Earth that's connected, consciousness field that's connected to that. And it's been fascinating. So, you know, I do private sessions. So people that just, you know, they want to work on just making that connection and integrating that into who they are, traveling the neural network pathways of their eternal mind of being, make that connection. And then also I have, if you know, people that just want to work on their own, when they go into the sessions page on my website, they can purchase this book. Currently it's through Amazon, and just kind of take their time. I kind of took sort of all these different modalities of the quote unquote right way of living, and just kind of what really stood out to me as far as what making that connection, working through the programs, the day-to-day stuff that I learned living on this planet that have get in the way of me actually making that connection. Because you got to get that foundation first. You are, whatever that is unique to you, because everybody's template is authentic and different, and there's no one way for anybody. So once you get that foundation established, taking your time, working it your own unique way, then the other ways can work. And I just, yeah, we have been sifting and sorting these changing times of contrast that our bio-spiritual vibratory oscillation rhythm of living life has brought us to this current age of civilization. As we stand firm on the earth plane of existence, we review where we have been and look to where we as individuals and as the collective earth plane want to go. This book gives a framework to see the world in a powerfully metaphysical yet down-to-earth way that honors all self-sovereign bio-spiritual God-Source First Eternal Aya Aye, Yumi We Us They Hit, capital I, capital T, of the universal planes of existence. There is no right or wrong. There is only what feels right to each manifesting individuus of the one where no one's quote-unquote pie is taken from so another can succeed. But with that said, we are so powerful that we can create living in bondage if we are not mindful of our thoughts, feelings, and actions. So this book kind of works with that, making that shift. Okay. And then also that takes us into more into the membership program. And I guess I was gonna, no, I'm getting go ahead and talk about it. Okay, so I wanted to also do my harmonizing meditation, and then I wanted to connect with what's called the Buddha team, the Buddha shield, and kind of connecting with those energies. But I'm going to go ahead and talk about the membership program. So I have at this point, actually I should say, well, I have at this point over 50 sessions, probably going closer to 60 sessions of classes, going through the, basically going, well, it's also in this book, going through the material in this book. And we meet and go into pod space, and somehow we end up doing whatever the assignment was. we somehow get on a piece of it that's new and different and bring it out with each class, as well as just whatever, whoops, nope, so whatever the, I just got sidetracked when she left the screen. So whatever it is that the guardians, and when we get together as a group, of course, we create the group shield. All right, and it has its own energy and it brings its own clan family, and we all work together to build the Aurora Earth energy field, as well as now, since something called the Crystal Caverns opened up, we've been able to integrate and go deeper into the Ureta fields and what I call the field and the zone. And the zone has really become very complex in its own way, to really connect into a much deeper spiritual inner domains consciousness of an earth plane that we're creating together, of a more egalitarian, loving, and again, hopefully Alexander will come back in and Sabine will probably talk about it. And I was hoping a few other students are going to come in, but kind of talk about their experience with it. But this is the book, although the cover's a little bit updated since my copy. And yeah, we never know what's going to happen, and whatever's always happened, we're always at the end like, oh my gosh, wow. So yeah, we're really learning a lot. If you are someone who, for whatever reason, just cannot make it for the class itself, the schedule just doesn't work for you, or you're just not ready for it, you can go ahead and utilize the recorded sessions. You also get the book, and there will be, I think initially I'm going to have it where I'm going to do a brief kind of introductory session. I'm determining now if I'm going to do a recording one or a live one, to kind of get you prepared, orientation, get prepared for the classes. And then you just take your time and just work it. And then down the road, if you feel guided to join in, and then you can eventually participate in the class. If you're just taking advantage, and I'm not forgetting anything else that goes with this. Probably am. But anyway, 120 for 6 months, 240 for a year, dues, membership dues. If you decide in the class that's coming up starting in March, then it would be, the membership would be upgraded to, and this it doesn't count for you, Sabina, because you're in a different category. So don't worry. 340, 320. So it's 300 for the live class and then 120 for the normal membership part. So it's upgraded to, 340. No, 320. Oh, shoot. No, 420. 420. I'm dyslexic, so 420. 420 if you do the class, for upgraded membership status. And so yes, and again, you'll have all access to the mini group. Again, I went through and the class itself, I went through the book and did a class with it, video, and then broke it down to the different sessions. And then I also have a separate session that I did in that collection on the basic helonic science topics. So can really help give a person, again, a very strong foundation that they can build on, feel confident in, and really work the material. For those that want to start slow and build up. People that have probably really been involved with helonic science and have been involved with the community else, and can join the live class, that would be really awesome, and join in, because we're really creating something here. Very powerful. And I'll see. Hopefully Alexander will join back again. But Sabina, do you feel comfortable kind of talking about what you've been gaining from the class?
Yeah. Yeah, my English is not so powerful, so I excuse myself for speaking in broken language, but never mind, I will try. So I am born to the family where with different religion. From the side of my mother and my father, it was Muslim. My father was Muslim, but in Soviet Union. My mother was like, comment dire, no religion, simply just like that. So in Soviet Union, I always in Soviet Union, we always wanted to go out of our country because it was so limited, like in prison, constantly in prison. So I find myself here. I just long to go outside, somewhere outside. United States attracted me very much. So I find myself in France. I was attracted by spirituality in the moment when I woke up. I just tried a little here and there, spirituality, different religions, to New Age, to etc. And find myself here. And I discovered a lot of things during my parcours, my comment dire, through all this démarche, I don't know how to say, my experience, I should say. And when I discovered Keylontic science, I discovered it through beloved Ashiana Din Ashiana, and then beloved K2 Shivanita, that's magnificent. So I just discovered and I found it majestic, simply majestic, that I found my truth. I found my truth. Comment dire? It is whole and completeness, I should say, in bigger picture, in all, in every way, in bigger picture. It is the consciousness. It's about consciousness, highest. It is totally magnificent in bigger picture, like universal mind. What should we say? Universal mind. It is just like when we say to have for one being to have whole and complete body, just a physical body. When we say head and body, and the right side of head, just linked to the left part of the body, and left side of the brain linked to the right side of the body, they say. So there is link between head and body. And body without head will not be functional, and head without body will not be functional. and I was not feeling. I discovered there is, in my experiences, there is a lot of how to say, lack I found in the previous, when I was in New Age, when I was in the different religions, but something was missing constantly. Something was missing in about consciousness, and I found that chaotic science, it is whole and completeness. It is body, mind, soul in bigger picture. In bigger picture.
Can you say more specific to the class, what you've been gaining recently from the class of working? More to the class.
Gaining. Oh yeah. Some years ago, when I found myself just meditating, I got blocked, a very huge blockage. I could, to the degree that I couldn't meditate. I couldn't meditate at all, and I was completely outside or from everything else, outside just society. I couldn't walk, I couldn't see. It was everything about body, mind, soul, emotionally, mind completely blocked. And when I begin my experience with harmonizing journey to realignment, I just begin living. It is slow but sure. I just want to continue living, and I am happy. I planted a lot of trees. I'm meditating. I am I even couldn't, some months ago, I couldn't even think of plant any tree for future. I just planted, we planted a lot of trees in our garden, all kinds of trees, shrubs, magnificent, and very, very glad, just we're planning for future, about garden, about many things, just to continue joining our micro salon space, and it is it's better and better. I am very happy to go outside just to see people, I don't feel ashamed to go out, and or someone will notice me. Maybe I was that I had very terrible problem, and now I feel much better, and I'm grateful to beloved Katie Oshiwanita, to true self, beloved, true self, eternal, beloved, call my being, always, forever. I don't hear.
I think you're muted, Katie.
We don't hear you.
Sorry, I was. Yeah, I just wanted you to, I wanted you to mute yourself, and I need to take myself off mute. That's kind of what I've been finding for a lot of people, including myself, is areas that you were kind of, whatever they were unique to you, that you were kind of blocked in, that working with the energies that we're working with really clears a lot of blocks and helps you feel more confident in yourself, trust yourself more, listen to your inner being more, and just be more self-sovereign, really. And self-expressive has been kind of really probably the biggest on a 3D plane, the benefit of yeah, just deeper levels of knowing of yourself and the world and how you can benefit. Seems to be what has been for a lot of people. Alexandra, because the next thing I wanted to do was do the meditation thing. But let's see, how are we doing time-wise? Okay. Gosh. And again, I never said in the beginning of this, HJR Seminars LLC, Harmonizing 33 Alignment Seminars and Sessions. That's what this is about. And I do blog posts as well, where I got Harmonizing Breathing with HJR Nitah series, as well as HJR Insights. I've been doing a lot of those recently on a variety of different topics that I've been guided to talk about. Okay. Do you have any questions, Mary, so far?
No, I don't. But I'm going to have to leave soon.
Okay. Do you have 15, 20 minutes, or do you have to go before that?
I have 15 minutes.
Okay. Let's go ahead then and do the crystal over prayer sequence that I utilize of it, and we'll do the basic harmonizing meditation and see where we're at on time. If I can do the whole thing of the I'm getting probably not. Okay. All right. So wherever you go, with that wonderful energy connection, and take it with you. So Crystal River Prayer and Invocation of the Elite River Sea Councils and ETYC, EAAC, AMCC, MCO for Silver Sea Crystal River Activation Implementation. For Shadu Ilesa Alhambra, Dan Etale Sun Jadradu, East Inta O, Deru Jamina, Eala Sasun Pita Elave, Lostila Ilaho, Kumana Enlita Iradu, Ilesa Sunta E Amita Juntu, Ilesa Sunta E Amita Juntu, Ilesa Sunta E Amita Juntu. In the Christic name and action of God Source First Eternal, the Eternal Christ, Elania Totaya Doreya, Christ Ariana Reyes Casmañajas Alhambras, the Elesa Silver Sea Councils, and the Alhambra Magistrate Sea Councils of Casmañajas. Over to Ete y Rashra de An Ale Ita Jet Alhambra. Alhambra, 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 Alhambra. Inhale, hold, hands in prayer posture, right in front of your tip of your sternum. Tune into the tip of your sternum. Feel out a rainbow crystal. Feel yourself within that rainbow crystal. Hold, and then on the out breath, say Alhambra. And again, all this, whatever you're comfortable with, go with. Not a comfortable, don't go with. All right. Inde Sahura ila Treki Musim Aurore Urlaho Tabina Kumsa Eho Der Etita Jet Alhambra, Kumsa Adila Inpur Elabi, Casminahas Alhambra, Strishwa Afi, Asia Intidore, Asia Intidore, Asia Intidore. Ariania Ilesa Alhambra Abriadan, Ariania Ilesa Alhambra Abriadan, Ariania Ilesa Alhambra Abriadan. Umae treina e. Umae treina e. Umae treina e. Ekasha. Breathe in and breathe out. Nice, deep belly breath. We will breathe into different areas of the body, starting with the hands, breathing in. And somebody needs to mute. Breathing in, you have hands. Oh, there's Alexandra. Stay close. We're just doing the harmonizing meditation. We'll be done. So breathing in, you have hands. Breathing out, arms, breathing in and breathing out. You kind of move a little bit as you feel the energy moving through you. Shoulders, breathing in and breathing out. Neck, breathing in and breathing out. Pineal, or breathing into your head, into your pineal. Breathe in and hold. Turn your eyes toward your third eye. Hold. Build, charge, circulate, circulate, build, charge, circulate. Hold. Focus. And release. Breathing in, you have a spine. The energy flows down the spine as you release the breath, all the way into your hips and pelvis. Breathing into your hips and pelvis. Holding into the core, around your belly button. Hold the pelvic floor. Hold, hold, and then release. Breathing in, you have legs. Out. Breathing in, you have knees. And out. Ankles. Breathing in and breathing out. Feel how your body is supported by where you're sitting. What you're sitting on is supported by the floor. Floor is supported by the earth. All the way down into water, earth, core field. Breathing into water, earth, core field. And breathing out. Feeling that energy coming up, 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 up. Up back to the earth, to the floor, connecting to your feet. Breathing into the bottoms of your feet. Breathing again into the bottoms of your feet. Breathe down 6 inches into the floor, into the earth. Then breathing in 6 inches below your feet. Breathe down another 6 inches, making it 12. Feel a popping sensation of effervescence, pale silver rainbow, plasma liquid crystal frequency oscillates, bubbles up, flowing up into your feet, up through your central body current, flowing up. Some areas it may focus, flowing up, but overall it flows up and out. Flowing up and out into deep space above you. And feeling that connection to the Christ star above from which we all came from. Breathing into that space, feeling that connection. And feeling that consciousness energy flowing back down. Feeling it coming back down through your crown, through your central pillar. Breathing it into your heart area. Again, hands in prayer posture. Feeling that connection into the tip of your sternum, back into that rainbow crystal. Hold. Hold. And then when you release, you will release that energy all around you and through your cellular structure. Just take a moment to just feel the current moving through you. Feel that presence of being. This is you, connecting in a little bit deeper level of your being. We work with the energies, we go into even deeper, but this is initiating connection. Kind of feeling if this energy kind of feels right to you and you want to connect more into it, more with it. Okay, we've still got a few more minutes. But just kind of, you can keep your eyes closed and just keep staying in tune. And Alexandra, if you just kind of wanted to share what, in specifically what the work, the sessions, as well as the class, the Harmonizing Journey to Realignment, how it's changed your life, helped you out, benefited you. Want to take a few minutes?
Sure. Sorry, I connected to Christar, and as I said in the last session we did together, I did my forehead to all that is his forehead, and I just started crying, and I haven't stopped yet. That was very powerful. So, being a spiritual being, I'm a very emotional person, as you can tell. I work more through my emotions than I do my intellect. So I think that gives me an advantage in that I feel a lot and feel things. And I've learned to take that feeling and create pictures, I guess is the best way. When I see things in pictures. And I did this before I met Katie. I was doing lots of spiritual work, trying to find my niche, and went to classes for 18 months to be a hands-on spiritual worker, and realized that's not where I want to go. I wasn't healed yet, and I didn't want to go healing other people when I felt so damaged. I had a real hard upbringing, and so I had a lot of work to go through emotionally. And I did a lot of work before I got to Katie. And then when I got to Katie, everything just kind of, well, first I found KS, and then I found Katie. And when I found KS, I guess I kind of found home, is the best way for me to describe what I felt. It felt like I was home. Everything that they were talking about just made so much sense with everything that I had learned already. It just connected so many dots for me. And but I still had a lot of work to do. And I have to say, Katie, you really have helped me come to understand who I am much better than anybody else has been able to do. In a very gentle, sweet, and kind and loving way, and never pushy. She just kind of puts it out there and lets you kind of mull it over and chew on it for a while. And then usually I come back and go, yeah, you're right. We've done lots of sessions together, and they've just been wonderful. It's kind of given me a sense of purpose. I don't have a lot going on in my life right now, and for lots of reasons. I had 7 children, and so that was my life. Well, they're all grown now, and they have lives of their own, and they're moving on and doing beautiful things. And I had to learn to be me, all alone, without anybody. And so that was a tough journey, and that's when I first met Katie. So it turned out great because it kind of showed me the way. She kind of helped show me the way to find who I was, and be okay with who I was, because I was not okay with who I was at all. And then the sessions have just been magical. You never know what to expect. I go in not expecting anything, because that's just the best way to go in. And it's just a very gentle way to start to slowly understand who you are as a person, why you're here on the planet, and what the planet needs. The planet needs our help. And I like working with the planet a little bit more than I like working with people, only because of my innate need to want to help as best I can. And sometimes I don't know that I do that. But with the earth, I don't have a problem helping the earth at all. Just more levels of understanding to go through. Don't know what else. The journeys are just spectacular. Really, really enjoyed them so much. And I don't know, Katie, how long have we known each other? I've
Well,
been
I
with all the
knew you
classes.
before I started. I knew you before I started the classes, I think. You were
Yeah, I
like
think.
probably one of the first real serious students or our clients was when I worked with you. And let me tell you, I was going by the seat of my pants. But it all worked out because I trusted.
Yes.
I trusted
and
my
learning to trust ourselves, I think, is the core of this whole sessions, all the sessions that you do, is learning to trust yourself, and learning to trust what you hear, what you feel, what you see, with your mind's eye. And we bounce off each other really well with that. And that's helped me tremendously to trust what I get.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's been the benefit of the group that's different than strictly doing a private session is you get that bouncing back and you get that collective consciousness all working together. And it's just amazing. We meet every 2 weeks. So between that time, everybody has their life experiences, and it's just always surprises me still how much everybody's experiences correlate with what's going on with me and how it just all fits together when we have a session and work together. And then the clan all fits together in the pod space, and we just have an awesome time. But I love the private sessions as well, because that's still different too, because then I'm one-on-one, and that's unique in itself as well. So that everything, that's awesome, whichever direction you go, or do a combination of both. And actually with the classes, you get 2 private sessions as well, one in the beginning and one at the end. So that's really good too. I'm going to say, because I know that Mary had to get going pretty soon. Mary, thank you so much for tuning in. It was an honor having you, because I've kind of seen you throughout the years a little bit in the groups. I'm glad to meet you. And Alexandra and Sabina, thank you guys so much for joining. I have a feeling all those LinkedIn people just didn't figure it out. They didn't figure it out. Listen, I did make it, obviously, if we're recording this, so I'll get to them to be able to watch it. I'll also go ahead and just, if in case, I'll put the link in for both the private session as well as for the membership program. And I never even talked about my Waking In Alania series. I'll just real quick. The first book is on Terra, right before the cataclysm, and kind of an introduction into what is the law of war, what that meant originally, at least my interpretation of it, and the characters involved with bringing that through, almost like they all had a life of their own. And then the second book takes place the fall of 2012, when things were really happening, with changes going on with the stellar activation cycle, what was going on planetarily. And pretty much all the same characters, but of course they're not from Terra anymore, they're Tears, so they're earthly now. And just them going into what I call the crystal caverns, kind of inner earth portal system, connecting into the image gates. So it's kind of fun playing with that and connecting. Did stuff with down in Peru with Lake Titicaca, going down there with that, and bringing in the Galactic Federation. And it was just, I had a lot of fun putting that book together. So I hope that you all would like to read those books as well. Okay. Mary, you sure there's no questions before you go for us?
No, I don't have any.
All right.
Mary,
Anything
Mary,
that
it's
you
nice to meet
share?
you.
Sorry,
I don't
Alexandra.
know.
I was saying it's nice to meet you, Mary.
Thank you. And I'm going to say adieu to Savina, Alexandra, and also Katie.
Thank you, dear. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Love you guys. Take care. Alexander, can I take your testimonial you just did and put that in my testimonials in the other places?
Sure.
It was a really awesome testimonial. Thank you.
Sure.
Great.
Sure can. Sabina,
Hey, guys.
hello.
Thank you, dear. Thank you. Hello.
All right. You guys have a wonderful day.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, dear.
You
Beloved one.
too.
Thank you, Katie. Beloved Katie Shmarita. Thank you, dear Alexandra. Dear Katie.
Good night. Good
Good
to
night.
see you.
Or good day. Good night. Okay. It usually is night for us.
Yeah, it usually is. So during the day.
Yeah. Okay. Bye.
All right. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.